Hello, everybody. I bought this little mic. I don't know if it's working. So we'll see. I am, I think, what is this? Thursday to Friday, Friday to Saturday, Saturday to Sunday, Sunday. 4 days post op. And just wanted to run through a little bit of my recommendations for breast reduction surgery. So I had the surgery on Thursday. Um, sorry, my throat is still sore. One thing I did do to prepare for this surgery is hydration. I am a really hard IV start, so if I'm dehydrated at all, uh, it's really painful, and I end up getting about a bazillion needles, and it's uncomfortable. So I use this. I drink this all the time. Um, I find it very, very sweet. And this container, it looks large. It says 360 grams, but when you get it, it's only about this full. So because I find it so sweet and it's only this full, what I do is I fill the rest of it up with this. It's enhanced collagen protein that I got this big bag from Costco. Yeah, so it's about half empty now. So I fill this up with this. Just gives me more protein. I am a vegetarian, so protein is really important, especially when you're going for surgery to and for healing. So stay hydrated. Make sure you're hydrated really well. Make sure you have comfortable clothing that's easy to put on, soft, loose, and just something that you're going to be happy wearing the day of and the day after. Sorry, the intubation tube scratched sort of the side of my throat and my esophagus, so I'm still a little bit hoarse. Um, and that's one thing that's really hard after the surgery is coughing or sneezing. Anything with your upper body that contracts or um, swift movements or anything like that, really painful. I did buy a few zip up shirts, the shirts that zip up in the front, um, and a few one or two shirts that button up in the front. Now, right after my surgery, I was able to get my hands high. Like I can put my hands pretty high. I'm having trouble putting my hair up, but I can put my hands pretty high, so I'm able to get on shirts that with wide necks, and anything that's loose that I can sort of pull over my head. Yeah, so there's that. Once you get up from surgery, um, having some kind of lozenge, uh, getting some kind of water, ice water, anything like that definitely helps with the swelling in your neck. My sister kept trying to get me to get an ice cap or a slushy, and it probably would have helped, but I don't really like really sweet things, so I wouldn't have drank it anyways. So I did drink a lot of water, cold water with a straw. I just found it easier afterwards to help with the intubation and the soreness from the tube. What they're going to do after you're done, well, what my doctor did after I was done, is she gave me an antibiotic and 30 Tylenol 3. If you've ever taken Tylenol 3, any kind of those narcotics, it makes you constipated. And the last thing you want to do is have surgery and be constipated. So, right off the bat, I started taking Dulcolax, which is just a really mild, easy laxative. I also took what we call magnesium water. I think it's magnesium citrate or citrate. Um, it's the powdered magnesium that you can put in water. Helps with rest relaxation, and it also is a stool softener too. So definitely look into something like that, because the last thing you want is to be in pain and then to be uncomfortable because you're constipated. Yeah, and drink lots of water after your surgery. It also helps with that discomfort too. The most Sorry. The most difficult, sorry, this thing keeps slipping. Post-surgery, the most difficult things that I found were toilets. I'm 5'9", and I find most toilets, like in restaurants, are really low. Like they're really short ones. I think they're like 12 to 18 inches off the ground. And you don't really realize how much you use your upper body when you're standing up from low places. My house, because we're all quite tall, we put in an extra tall toilet at my house, so it's really easy to get off of. It's easy to sit on. It's like a chair. It's quite tall. So I found toilets to be very, very difficult, especially at my sister's house. She's short. All of her toilets are really low. Even the one that they got that was a comfort toilet was really low. I like extra tall toilets. Hands down, best decision we ever made was to get a tall toilet for our upstairs bathroom. So toilets are hard. Sleeping was hard. The first night I tried to sleep um, in the bed, that was not successful. I have a ton of nerve damage down the left side of my body, so in general, I have a really hard time laying on my back to sleep, for massages, for pretty much anything. It really irritates my nerve damage, and it's very painful and uncomfortable to start with. Laying down on my back or even trying to sleep at all laying down was impossible. So I did sleep the first night on my sister's couch with a bunch of pillows, which was good. I slept. The second night, I tried to sleep on the couch again. I could not get comfortable. The bra that I have, the compression bra that I'm wearing, um, is pushing on a bunch of the nerve damage that I have in my back. And it's just something I'm going to have to deal with because I have to keep this bra on. Um, so sleeping was, even sitting up, was uncomfortable. I did eventually fall asleep, but it was hard. Last night at home, I slept pretty good. I have my bed absolutely covered in pillows, so that I can put them underneath my back and like I can prop up one shoulder and lay sort of cockeyed. And then if when that gets uncomfortable, I prop up my other shoulder and lay cockeyed. I can't lay completely on my left or right side, because I do have excessive amount of swelling in my lat muscles, or like underneath your underarms, because of the liposuctions. That is very, very swollen. It takes quite a long time for that to heal, and the swelling to go down. It's very bruised. It looks horrendous. I will spare you guys that, but it looks horrible. Um, I was able to have a shower yesterday, which was wonderful. It was nice. Um, what else do I recommend? Oh, this I stole from my sister, a fork. Um, I was incredibly itchy. I think I might be mildly allergic to the antibiotic because I'm itchy like everywhere. But I'm not breaking out in a rash or anything, so it's a few more days. But a fork. It was wonderful, especially on the plane when I needed to scratch my back or areas that I can't reach because of my arms. And I don't have one of those little claw back scratchers. So I borrowed a fork from my sister. It was the best thing ever. I have a fork by my night table in the bedroom, for scratching when I'm itchy, because I think it's the antibiotics are making me itchy. It's not itchy in my incisions or anything. It's just like sort of an all body itch. So a fork, very important, something to scratch with. And what else? I did take some of these sleepies, half of a tablet, a few times just to help me sleep. The worst thing in the world is to be in pain, not at home, and then sleep deprived. So yeah, I did take a half one of those. just to help get some sleep. So my pain today is in general like a low grade 1 to about a 2. Um, the only time my body really hurts is if I bump or touch or like end up having pressure on my underarms. That's the part that really, really hurts. Um, why did I choose to get the liposuction? It was elective. I didn't have to pay for it. I did pay for it. I chose to pay for it because I had some friends that didn't get it done, and they weren't happy with the shape of their boobs. Their boobs, because the side boob is the tissue or the fat that is on the side of your body here. Um, I had that removed via liposuction so that when I'm all healed, I will have just like the breast area without the protruding breast tissue on the side here. Um, some people that I spoke to were unhappy they didn't get that done, so now their boobs sort of look elongated. They look this way. I guess what one person said was like a football, a sideways football here. So I did elect to have the liposuction. That's why my healing is going to be a little bit different, a little bit longer, and that area is just more painful. Um, yeah. So day 4, I'm happy to be home. I'm going a little bit stir crazy. I'm not supposed to lift. Got my instructions here somewhere. We're not supposed to lift anything for, you know what? Let me go find them. Okay, so I got the instructions here. Um, just says rest or relax for the first few days after surgery. Walk every day, which is fine. I have Gunner. I'll take him out. Avoid activities that increase your heart rate. Avoid stretching over your shoulder. Pushing, pulling for 2 to 3 weeks. Then increase your activities after 4 to 6 weeks. Avoid lifting heavy and strenuous activities until 6 to 8 weeks after surgery. Yeah. And next week, I can take off I don't know what it's called. The dressings. I can take the dressings off. I already got my friend Maddie scheduled to come and help me. I asked David if he would help me, but I love David. He's a wonderful man. He's a good man. But when it comes to anything that is people being hurt, people like in his family, blood, scars, cuts, anything like that, he's sensitive. He turns all white like a ghost, starts gagging, gets faint. He's gonna pass out. So Maddie's gonna come over next week and help me take off all of my dressings. Yeah. So I'm going to be going crazy at home, not being able to do everything that I like to do. But yeah, I've got to stick with it. I can't injure myself or pull any of the stitches. So I will be taking it easy for the next 2 months, I guess. Okay, thanks for following along.